Hello. I've never done this before, so bear with me here. Let me know if you guys can hear me and or see me. Hopefully both. Let's see. Can anyone see or hear me? Let's see. Because I could switch microphones if needed. Great Bear Enthusiast. Can you hear me? Can you see me? How are you, buddy? Fingers crossed you say yes. Perfect. How are you? It's fine. Thursday night. Cedar Kev, hello. I was anticipating you being here. Appreciate you coming out. Numbers are starting to climb. So hi. First ever live stream. Never done this. So just figured kind of chill hour. I'll take questions. I'll talk about whatever. McLovin's in the chat. Thursday Night Football live stream with Dan's the Bears fan. A little bit of poor planning on my part. I kind of forgot the Bears are playing. I think they started 7:15, but they almost never do anything in the first half. So I should be okay to be on here for like 30, 60 minutes. I might throw up like a box score on my other monitor though. I am in, so I'm in 3 fantasy leagues. Going on a little side tangent here, but made the playoffs for all 3. I got knocked out of 2. I'm in the championship for 1, and I've got SFGAm. Is that how you say it? For the one I'm still going for the championship for some money. So if the Bears lose, I hope it's because he has a fantastic game. Choo-choo hi. Uncle Nate, how are you, buddy? I think the Bears forgot they were playing too. Yeah, obviously I want to talk about coasters for the most part, but the Bears, even when they were 4-2, it kind of felt fake because I kind of had a cupcake schedule up to that point, and we've just got all the division games on the back half of the schedule, and we're just getting pounded. But I don't know. Football is probably my least favorite of the major 4, so it's okay. There's always next year. Williams, he looks good. Like, he hasn't thrown a pick in over 2 months now. He looks fine. So Brennan's in the chat, one of my top fans of the channel. I haven't seen you in a while, man. Hope to see you sometime next year. Congrats on almost 3,000. Thank you. Appreciate it. I look at it every day, not like religiously, but it just seems to be going up every day and day. I think I looked recently and I pulled up like a day-by-day history, and there was only 1 day so far where I have lost subscribers, so not bad. Steelers are frauds too. Yeah, but I mean, kind of. You got Justin Fields. You're welcome for that. And you guys kind of robbed us with, who was that one wide receiver? Trying to chase Claypool. I almost called him Play Cool. Claypool. That was a total robbery. That was bad. All right. I see more people in the chat, so just want to reiterate. Super chill night. I'll take questions about coasters. Feel free to leave any topics you want me to discuss. I thought about jotting some down on the side just in case the chat gets a little dry to talk about, but I kind of forgot. So we'll play it by ear, but figure we could talk about Rip Ride Rockit. That's kind of the news today. I don't know. Whatever you guys want. So down for whatever. If you guys got questions, as long as it's not too personal, I'm fair game. So Brennan, I don't think we've seen each other since we met. That is actually true. Hershey Park. Was that? I think that was 21. So it's been a while. Pretty crazy. We both traveled a lot since. It's crazy. 2021 was kind of the first year. I've been kind of saying balls to the wall traveling. It's been really crazy. It's been a lot of fun, though. My credit counts exploded. I got over 100 credits this year alone. So I got both 500 and 600 this year. So been a lot of fun. McLovin, are you looking forward to riding Phonics at some point in the future? Asking for a friend. Oh, that's a tough question. That is a tough question. Back row Byron has been, he's been campaigning hard the past couple of days. I think Uncle Nate sent him my way. That's just my opinion, though. Are you excited for the new Minion-themed Extreme Spinner replacing Rip Ride Rockit? So I actually haven't heard. I mean, obviously we don't know what it is, but I haven't heard anyone say it could be a spinner. I would think it wouldn't be with what's it called? Werewolf. I can't say my R's all the time, if you guys could not tell. Cursor Werewolf. I'm struggling out at Epic Universe. I don't know if they would do another spinner, but at the same time, a lot of people are saying Intamin. And, is an Intamin replacement for Rip Ride Rockit going to be too similar to Velocicoaster? I mean, I'm not complaining. It'd be fantastic, but is it too similar? I don't know. So, Minion theme, though, we could be looking at that, unfortunately. Very unfortunately. I was kind of thinking about it earlier today. Like, what if they kept the theme of Rip Ride Rockit? Because thematically, it actually makes sense. Like, I don't know what the area is called, but, it's all about like filming movies and stuff with the studios and stuff. So, filming a music video, maybe you could just drop the like actual video part, but just keep the songs. And I don't know. I like the theme. I like the music. You guys know I'm big on onboard audio. So, chat's filling up. I'm talking a little too much. I miss Uncle Nate. How's the turtle doing? I did not skip over that. I'm sorry. He, over here to my left, he's actually been a little active for the winter. If you guys didn't know, I have a turtle, Speedy. I've had him since 2007. So, been my ride or die. But typically, he kind of lays low in the winter, kind of hibernates, doesn't go in the water all that much. But he's swimming around in there right now. And I've been feeding him every now and then. So, pretty active for winter, but it hasn't really been like a true Chicago winter at all yet. Hopefully not at all, but we had a little snow for Christmas on the ground. It didn't actively snow. It was just melting. Let's see. Phonics. I didn't tell him to do anything. I don't know. I'm not buying that. You were texting me, and at the same time, he's hitting me hard. He's bringing up Wingstop and stuff, so inside joke. What do you think is the next ride to get Zimmerman? Is that Gravity Group recheck or unannounced closure? I have a feeling you're talking about unannounced closure. If you want me to realistically answer that, it's tough because when these closures kind of started rolling around, you were kind of thinking just legacy Six Flags, but obviously Anaconda's been on the chopping block for a while, but that is a tough question. If Anaconda's still rolling around, how is Excalibur at Valley Fair still around? Asking for a friend. So maybe that's my pick to click. Off the top of my head, maybe if I saw all my options laid out, I'd have something better, but I'm going to go Excalibur at, did I say Dorney? I hope I didn't say Dorney. Valley Fair. Generally curious on your thoughts, this is from McLovin, on Hollywood Dream next year, considering it outlasted its cousin in Florida. You can choose songs on that too, can't you? I believe you can. Are they Japanese? Are they normal songs? I don't know. If they do offer songs, I'm pretty sure the option is pretty limited. But B&M Hyper, I don't think it is 200 feet. I guess I could look it up. I have my monitor over here. Not the best typer. Don't make fun of me if you can hear it. Yeah, 144.3 feet according to RCDB. So, we could be looking at something like that. That is something that isn't Intamin. It could work. So airtime's good. I like airtime. If you noticed, at least in the outline they had, it's not going to take up just Rip Ride Rockit. It's going to be going into a little bit more of the backstage and kind of more greenery towards the front. It's also interesting. I know I didn't look too much into it, but they mentioned constructing buildings and stuff. I wonder if any of that's for HHN because they need more capacity. They do. It's crazy. I'm hoping to hit up Six Flags Great America again next summer. I don't know what month, but if you're in town, we got to meet up. No Tiger Tear. Oh, you didn't get the Tiger Tear credit. This is Brennan. Yeah, so last I've heard, new. Actually, let me pull it up. Let's see here. So when I posted my original Tiger Tear video, a manager from the park reached out to me, kind of gave me a scoop. I've been texting him since then. He told me, looks like new coaster install will be February. So I don't know if that if Tiger Tear closes February and then they start working on February, or maybe they close in January and then start deconstruct that. I don't know if it's being moved or scrapped or whatever, but so I don't know the whole timeline, but new coaster starting construction in February. I didn't read the rest of your comment though. You need parks like Lost Island, Little America, Chicago area credits. Excuse me. It's going to be a great year to go to Lost Island next year. Me and McLovin had the choice this year between going to Adventureland or Lost Island. We couldn't do both, and we chose Adventureland, and that was a really good call because next year Lost Island is going to be a lot of fun. I wouldn't be opposed to doing a full day there. It's a lot of fun just lapping Matugani, at least when I was there in Volcano. It's like that perfect little area right there. You got Volcano, and then a couple 100 feet away, you got Matugani. And literally, they're putting Fire Runner between those two. So that little trifecta, that little corner of the park, elite. Absolutely elite. Hopefully a little more shade, though. Dan's 2024 coasters wrapped. So I did post yesterday my top 25 coasters. I did delete all my community posts. I don't know if you guys saw that day by day. Also, that's from Cam. Hi, Cam. Miss you, buddy. Old Cedar Point coworker, audit team. Shout out, Eric. But yesterday I posted my top 25. Today I posted everywhere I went. So I kind of go month by month, day by day, and talk about where I was for any given day. Full transparency, I wanted to post every single day for the rest of the year. So today's the 26th. So 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I don't have any of those videos ready right now. I got the script and all the pictures in place for the video that I hopefully going to post tomorrow, but I haven't recorded it yet. And, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up to be able to do it every single day. Same thing happened last year. I had to post my winners video like in the middle of February, I think. I'm going to try to be better about that, but yeah, just spending time with the family and stuff. But that is what I have planned for my kind of coasters wrap 2024. There's going to be a playlist, my YouTube channel for that. It's already there. 2 videos so far. Joy. Hi, Dan. Hi, Joy. How are you? Miss you. Hope to see you soon. All right, McLovin, Superman at Six Flags Magic Mountain about to be Zimmerman. That's a good pick. That's actually another really good pick. Would I pick that above Excalibur? Yes. Yeah, that's tough though. Let's see. 1.1 videos of roller coasters are you at the new Review Tech? I don't know Review Tech USA. But that includes my shorts. So 1.1 thousand videos. If I did 1.1 thousand long form videos, whew, oh my gosh, I can't. All the props to people that do that. It cannot be me. I've kind of said this here and then. This is just on the fun side gig. WRJ 518. Did I meet you at Cedar Point? Let me check. I'm terrible with names. I'm sorry. And I figured I was not going to fall behind in the chat. I figured it wasn't going to be that busy, but it is. So I appreciate you guys. I just got to know this now. I'm sorry, WRJ. Maybe not. I don't know. Sorry. I'm worried for Wizard and Demon at Six Flags Great America. So I've been doing some thinking on Demon in light of Anaconda closing. And, shout out Small town coaster girl group chat. I know we briefly talked about this, but once Anaconda closed, we were kind of throwing around briefly about Demon. And the thing with Demon is a lot more popular at Great America than Anaconda was at King's Dominion. But then again, Kingda Ka was a lot more popular at Great Adventure than Demon is at Six Flags Great America, and Kingda Ka closed. So, popularity is not everything. And my counter is that Demon is kind of the least popular coaster at Great America. But it does seem like, it doesn't seem like the park loves Demon. They want to keep Demon. They built Wrath of Rakshasa to avoid Demon by any means possible. And, with Zimmerman coming in and just closing all these rides, you would kind of think right now would have been the perfect time to get rid of Demon. Obviously, they were working on Wrath before the merger became complete, but it would be so much easier to build Rakshasa if Demon was not there. So if they're going to put in all this effort to, they're moving the queue, they're moving the exit and stuff, if they're going to pour all this money into this upcoming year for Demon, then hopefully I would think, that buys it a couple more years. But that's kind of my Demon take right now. Wizard, they did put a lot of work into that recently. I know they redid the controls. They added those little Schwarzkopf little, I don't know what they call it, on each car. So it has been getting love lately. That said, they completely refurbed Revolution and then removed it a year later. So Wizard doesn't really come to mind in Rides in Danger for me. I understand it. Obviously, they tried once before, but it is what it is. Okay, moving on. Brennan just went to Magic Mountain. Hope you had fun. X2 ride-ups were saying Superman is toast. I think Flash at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom is also done. Flash is another good pick. That was closed famously when I was at my time in Northern Cal. If you guys did not know, it was an absolute train wreck. I think there's 22 credits at the parks I went to. I went to Discovery Kingdom. I got 3 credits. California's Great America. I got 6, I think. I missed Joker. I missed Flash. I missed Superman. I missed Real Blazer. I did Belmont Park too. Not Belmont. Santa Cruz. At least I did Giant Dipper, but I didn't get on the other 2. That'd be a good one to pick. Superman 2. Superman at Magic Mountain, and also Flash Discovery Kingdom. Those are good too. McLovin getting back to me about Hollywood Dream. 5 songs on both forwards and backwards. I forgot about the backwards. I'm not going to lie. Only backwards has non-Japanese songs, but Show by Ado is an absolute bop. Yeah, that's probably my favorite pick to click is Fantasy by Aldo Nova for Rip Ride Rockit. But that's good to know about the Hollywood Dream because I don't know any Japanese songs. So I'm obviously I'm gonna have to ride it forwards, but I might prefer backwards. Backwards is probably better anyways, though. Is it I still have it up on our CDD here. Is it the back 2 rows? All these are forwards. It probably didn't always have backwards rows. Ooh, the lift hill's enclosed. It kind of looks like Hulk. That's fun. Falling behind. Okay. I tend to talk a lot if you guys couldn't tell, but I appreciate all the comments. Keep them going. Really appreciate the what's the right word I'm looking for? The back and forth here. It's a lot of fun. All right. What's your scariest coaster ever by Low 3 Dev? Scariest can go a couple ways. The first coaster I thought of was Toboggan, Little America. Brennan brought up Little America earlier. I guess I didn't touch on it, but oh gosh, I gotta scroll up now. I'm so far behind. I'm sorry, guys. That was maybe not scary, but that was just so different. Toboggan. I'm 6'2", and it has like a hatch that comes down, and the ceiling. I literally had to and it was still against my head. My head was like sideways too, and I don't know the vertical lift on that. Is that from the 70s? I'm not gonna look that up. Not worth my time, but it's old from Chance, so that was kind of scary. In the more traditional sense of scary, X2 is up there. Just that drop. face down. That's kind of always scary. I would honestly say even to this day, I get a little more scared on drop towers than roller coasters, to be honest. Chicago Coaster Guy. Hey, Dan. Chicago Coaster Guy. How are you? A lot of fun riding with you earlier this Fright Fest. If you guys aren't aware who Chicago Coaster Guy is, all the Wrath of Rakshasa drone updates you could dream for. So really appreciate your work. It's like the highlight of my week. You upload when you came out with the surprise Christmas episode yesterday, even though there's literally no progress on Wrath. It was just exciting to see. So appreciate your work. Nice guy. Good meeting you. Hope to see you around next year too. McLovin said, Cam. Yes. McLovin was also a co-worker of Cam, but me and McLovin were never co-workers. Sorry, I got something over here real quick. Okay, Joy said Cam. Different Cam, but we do love Cam out in California too. We love that guy. Brennan, Lost Island looks really fun. Yes, it is. I just lost my RMC worldwide completion to the South Korea Raptor. Was that Skull in Haiti, wasn't it? Highly doubt I do Yoi. Can we just talk about Yoi for a second as a roller coaster name? Yoi? Is that even how you say it? In the next couple of years. Fire Runner is doable. Yeah, Iowa's pretty doable. You're a lot closer to RMC completion. I have still never been on the original layout Raptor because Railblazer was closed when I went. Wonder Woman and Fiesta Texas was closed when I went. And I have not been to Silverwood since they added Stunt Pilot, and obviously Fire Runner's not open right now. Liam, said Dan. How you doing, Liam? Crazy Coasters International. Are you home from Atlanta? I saw you were on Erie today. I'm jealous. That's fun. Cedar Kev. Oh my gosh, is that Liam? Head out to Crazy Coasters International channel. I forgot to plug this, but I'm in a couple videos on his channel. My first ever ride on Catapult Falls. Really rare footage of me on a water ride. If you guys are that interested. And I think we got some on-ride videos for Steel Eel, the most overrated Morgan ever. Brennan, also want to experience Napuku front row. I've heard it is getting track work, though. I think I did Napuku row 2. I think they weren't letting anyone, McLovin, chime in if you have a better memory than me, but I think row 1 was either roped off or like they highly advised against not doing it. So I think I did row 2, and I don't know. I feel like a lot of coasters people just absolutely despise and find awful. I find okay. Like Nupuku's okay. It's got one awful moment. One of the worst moments of any roller coaster. It's that first set of inversions. I forget where in that element, but somewhere in there is an absolute horrendous little jolt. But other than that, I thought it was a pretty fine SLC. See, is that Cedar Kev? Cedar Kev is in the chat. Is Dan the Coastman riding Legend at Hollywood Nights? I am. I did. Thank you, Cedar Kev, for giving me your +1 yet again to Hollywood Nights. So I will be doing Legend. Legend's awesome. I love Legend. I kind of go back and forth. Thunderbird, Voyage, and Legend for best coaster in the park. I think it is Voyage. I was really enjoying my Voyage rides this year. If you guys didn't know, I don't want to call myself a hater, but I don't see eye to eye with everyone who thinks Voyage is the best roller coaster ever. But this year, I would say it was the best coaster in the park for sure. Uncle Nate, tear down Millennium Force, MILF, and put in an I-305 clone. I would love that. I am like the biggest Millennium Force hater ever, but the music's dope. I'll give it another chance with the new lift hill and stuff. I don't know if it's going to change too much during the ride, but it'll be fun to get back on it this upcoming year, I should say. Brennan, Six Flags Great America Demon over CGAs. Well, I couldn't tell you because Demon was also closed at California's Great America when I went. That was actually kind of a funny one. So walking around the park, I forget where, but I spotted that Demon Valley between the second vertical loop and that weird slope into what used to be a mid-course brake run, I believe. So it valleyed there, and they were winching it back up while we were there. And later in the day, we were going to do Gold Striker, and we were like walking up the queue and stuff, and they closed Gold Striker. So a supervisor was coming down to like close the line. And we started talking to him because he noticed we were enthusiasts and whatever. And we just brought up Demon. I'm like, so no Demon today? He's like, oh, I'm not sure. And we were like, well, we saw it. It's valid. He's like, how do you guys know that? I'm like, we saw it like with our own eyes. It's right there. It's valid. So, yeah. Oh, no. Peyton Tanks in the chat. Oh, no. Wizard, let's go. That is College Roomie there. Wizard is his favorite roller coaster because he's kind of a baby when it comes to big coasters. Don't mean to call you out in the chat, but oopsies. I skipped over Liam. What if the Wizard was the Rizzer? Should I try the Riz face? Should I do it live? I can. Nate Katowski. Do you have any plans to go back to Europe in 2025? Leaning towards no, but never say never. That's what I said this year, and I ended up there. So, oh, McLovin, they are separate trains. I like how we're still talking about Hollywood Dream. I'm 26 minutes in here. That's crazy. Every 8 minutes, we just bring up Hollywood Dream. So separate trains. Okay. How many are there? I still have it on RCDB here. There's 5 trains. McLovin, how many of them have backward seats? Oh, it's just a train, isn't it? I think it's all coming back to me now. Hold on, I want to look through these pictures again. I think there is at least a train that is completely backwards, and that's probably what you're talking about. I still can't find it. Spending too much time on that. McLovin, let me know. Let's see. Liam, remembering when Steel Eel baked us. Yeah, I don't know if you were there both times, but I got block checked twice. I know you were there for one of them. I don't know if you were there for both of them though. Yeah, no, when you get not even just block checked, like we were sitting on the mid course for like 10 minutes a piece twice, and that is not fun in the Texas sun when it's like 100 degrees. Also on that day, no, I don't know if it was that day or a later day. I went there on a Friday and Sunday of a weekend. Got evac'd on what is their Intamin. Let's see. Wave Breaker, the rescue coaster. Got evac'd on that off the brake run, but that was after we baked in the sun for 20 seconds, and I legitimately felt like my skin got burned there. Not fun. Block check eel. Yes. Joy, what are you most anticipating to ride next year? That's a tough question. I feel like I kind of have a couple answers, but they all revolve around a trip I'm not ready to announce. So I'm going to hold off on the true answer, I guess. But in terms of maybe something in the States I'm excited for next year, I mean, obviously Wrath of Rakshasa, but I am biased for that. In terms of a ride I think could be better than Rakshasa that I'm most anticipated for, Epic. Excuse me. Epic's just going to be a lot of fun. Stardust Racers. Is that what it's called right now? Oh my God, they don't even have Epic Universe in RCDB. No way. Stardust Racers. Oh, maybe because I didn't type Universal Studios first. Why was I looking this up? I forgot why I was looking it up. Maybe just because of the name. Stardust Racers, probably up there, most anticipated. I don't think that's going to be like one of the best coasters in the world. I feel like some people are saying that. I don't think it's going to be. Is it going to be at least a 9 out of 10? Probably. But is it going to be an 11 out of 10? I don't think so. But that's just me. Alpen Ferry, that's going to be a lot of fun to get onto for the States. I'm kind of bad at thinking on my feet. So I'm sure I might be missing a coaster here or there. But those are kind of on my short list for most anticipated. Brennan, Hollywood Dream backdrop is way, way better. If you go and can only ride it once, then go backdrop. Line moves so slow for it though. Okay, so it is just one train. Flying Dinosaurs, Ops, or God tier. Well, thank goodness, because that line's always like at least 2 hours, right? So that's good. They are top tier. Chicago Coaster Guy, thanks, man. Thank you for your work. Liam Hopkins Flume Domination. That's not Hopkins, it's Intamin. Catapult Falls, right? It's not going to be on RCDB. Oh, now I got to look it up. Unless I'm missing some kind of other reference you're making to Hopkins Flumes. Yeah, it's Intamin. If I'm missing the point of your question, redirect me in the right area. WRJ518, thoughts on Mount Olympus? That place is sketchy to me. Did you see the video of the Zeus derailment? So thoughts on Mount Olympus? Yeah, so actually I didn't go there for my first time until last year. Kind of late to the game. It's like the second or third closest park to where I live, and I had never been there until last year. Hades, so much potential, and I could bear with the roughness a little bit, not to the point where I absolutely love the coaster, but I don't think it's awful either. If they just took some kind of care on it, it would be fantastic. Zeus was pretty solid. That was the smoothest one they had. That one was fun. Cyclops was a bit overrated. I know people generally know it's only about that one drop, but even then, I didn't think it was all that great. Pegasus is kind of boring. Overall thoughts on the park, though, it is kind of sketchy. Yeah. I don't really have an interest to go back there. I did miss they have like 2 ENFs, right? I like how I'm just relying on RCDB for this whole. It's just one. I don't know why I thought it was like dueling ENFs, but they have one ENF miler. I was told you need a kid to ride. I didn't want to bother trying to get on. So if I can get on that, or if they put in a lot of work into Hades, then I'll go back. But right now, I don't really have an interest to go back. I did see the video of the Zeus derailment. I don't remember it fully, to be honest, though. But I did see it. Let's see. Liam, I'm on the airplane heading home from Atlanta. Just shows you how far back I am on the chat. I asked that like 10 minutes ago. That's safe travels, though. Have fun. If you can have fun on the plane. Is that possible? McLovin, row 1 was not roped off, but they did warn us. LOL. So I probably did do it row 1 then. We're talking about Nupuku again. I don't think you did. I think you went to the back. I think I did the front. Cedar Kev, Thunderbird Supremacy. I love Thunderbird, especially Hollywood Nights, because your chances of a rewrite are very, very high. And my trademark is kind of rolling into that brake run and seeing no one in the station. I'm like, again. I could stay on that for 3 hours, like without getting off. I swear. It's so much fun. Brennan, boo, Voyage is #1 in America, and that's facts. I'm not trying to argue with anyone. I understand why people might think that. I don't think it's crazy. It's not like a crazy take or anything. I don't blame anyone for that, but I just don't see eye to eye. So I get it. McLovin agreed. Six Flags Great America Demon clears CGAs. I guess I didn't fully answer that question, so I gave the story. I didn't ride it, but it does seem like I was just about to say Great America's. Which one? Six Flags Great America's Demon has the song. I don't think California's has the song, and a lot more theming. From what I've heard, I think the California version is kind of more naturally beautiful, like with the setting, but the one at Six Flags Great America has the rocks, it still has rocks, but it used to have more rocks. So I think that is, and I did actually watch Ken McCoaster's review on Demon. He posted somewhat recently, and he said they reprofiled the track on the California version. So the one at Six Flags is still original to the ride, and that drop is fantastic in the back. So if the drop isn't as good in the one in California, then it makes sense why people prefer the Six Flags Illinois version. Craft Night Gaming. Hello. What do you think the new Great America Kids area is going to be themed to? I figured I was going to get some questions on, maybe not some questions, but a question on my thoughts on the new Great America Kids area. I do want to make a video about that. Obviously not super pressing since it is 2026. So I don't want to give away too much of my thoughts on the whole area. I haven't even solidified my thoughts on what it could be or where it's going to be and stuff. But just off the top of my head, what is it going to be themed to? That's tough because I called it. Like, I don't know if there's video proof of me calling it, but you can ask a couple of my friends. I called it. Zimmerman post-merger walked into Six Flags Great America and like, these kids areas are terrible. What are you guys doing? So I am not surprised in the slightest that this is the first thing Six Flags Great America is getting post-merger. So that makes sense. But obviously Cedar Fair, you got the Peanuts, and they're fantastic areas. Like Michigan's Adventure, their kids area is fantastic. Not Six Flags. Their kids area, all the areas in Cedar Fair, the kids areas are fantastic. But I'm just kind of saying, relatively speaking, everyone kind of makes fun of Michigan's Adventure and stuff, but their kids area is literally like 10 times better than anything Great America has. So they know what they're doing. But it is tied with the Peanuts. So would they try to go to DC Comics, kind of that route for a kids area for Great America? That's a tough call because we haven't seen what there's no president, not precedent. You know what I mean? So that's tough. If I had to guess, if I had to lean a certain way, I'm going to go Peanuts. But I'm literally talking like a 55-45 or a 60-40 right now. It's tough. Liam, Legend Supremacy. Maybe not Supremacy, but it is fantastic. Back row Byron's in the chat. I think one train is backwards. On Hollywood Dream. How do you know so much about it being Mr. Intamin? Good to see you in the chat, Byron. McLovin, they usually only cycle one backwards train, but there is a separate line for it. Okay, so I figured, going back to like the Batman backwards, that was a specific train. At least I'm under the impression. I never did it backwards, but they had a specific train to run backwards, and they would send it park to park. And that's kind of, again, don't take everything I say for fact, but that's kind of why PTC in recent years, they're like, oh, you can't run our trains backwards because they're not designed to run backwards. So B&M designed a backwards train so it could go backwards. I've always wondered where that train is. It's not like they just melted it, right? It's got to be laying around somewhere. I hope they bring it back. But in terms of Hollywood Dream, I would assume they at least have two, I would imagine. So it does make sense. There's a separate chain for it, or line for it. Wave Breaker Evac Gang. Were you there? My memory is not the best, if you cannot tell. Brennan at Backrow Byron. Hey, Byron. Yes, Backdrop is just one train. Slow-moving line, but turns it from being the weakest of the B&M Hyper model to more of a mid-tier one. I'm sure I'll try it. Did I just give it away? Never mind. Okay. Oh, Liam, block checked twice with Dan the Coasterman. So you were there both times. Yeah, baking in the sun is not fun. Brennan, Backrow Byron, we need more vids. Please upload more. Yeah, Byron. Where's the videos, man? Hey, I'm going to look it up. When's the last time you uploaded? When we were out in California, we were hanging out with Roller Coaster Insider, me, Byron, and a couple of Roller Coaster Insider Cam's personal friends. And we started watching our own videos. So I think we started with Byron. We watched a couple of Byron's videos, and then hold on, I need to focus. can't spell. So we watched a couple Back Row Byron videos, and then we watched a couple Dan the Coaster Man videos. It was fun. All right, Back Row Byron, here we are. It's been over a year. You've posted one video within a year. Within 2 years, I guess. Your second most recent upload was at least 2 years ago. Where's the vids, man? That's crazy. They're good. Agreed. Flying Dino, the McLovin. Sorry if I forget to read out names. Flying Dinosaur ops are great. The lockers are fixed. Also, fix a capacity issue with the dual loading station. Cool. I'll have to see some poetry in motion. Does Ryan have a video out on that? Does he have any videos out on any dual load B&M flyers? That'd be kind of cool. He does have a flying coaster video, doesn't he? If I know how to spell. I think he has a video on Superman. So maybe I just have to rewatch it. Oh, he does have a review and analysis on Flying Dinosaur. Might have to watch that too. I am famously so behind on El Toro Ryan videos. Maybe one day. I've been saying that for 2-3 years now. But great channel, obviously, though. Let's see. Flying Dinosaur was like 45 to 60 all day for my day and a half. Dang, that's good. I got 4 rides and 3 were either back or second to back. So good. Yeah, easily my most anticipated flying coaster. Besides Fly, maybe, but I feel like we are distinguishing B&M flyers because Fly is Fly. Fly is a category of its own. No. The Hopkins on Texas you missed. I still don't get it. The Hopkins on Texans you missed. Help me out. Hopkins in Texas. You're not talking about the coaster, are you? Because they do have a. That's gonna be too hard to look up. They do have that looper, right? Somewhere in Texas, but I didn't try to ride that. I'm missing something here. I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. If Zimmerman wants to go ahead and remove the 4D free spins, I'd be okay with that. Of course, Cedar Kev. I don't know if I had to read out the username who said that. Hey, though, last time you were with me at Great America, you were like, why don't we do Joker? You brought it up. Good times. Garrett Clemens. I used to go to Carowinds all the time. Haven't been there in a year or two. I love Carowinds. Carowinds is a lot of fun. What's holding you back from going back? It's a good time there. McLovin, CGA has the better setting, which I said. Everything else about Six Flags Great America Demon is better. McLovin said that. That's pretty much what I said. And that's without me riding California's Great America Demon. So obviously I did want to ride it, though. It would be kind of cool to get on some Great American history. I don't want to go too far on a tangent, but going to California's Great America last year was so much fun. Coming from someone who has Six Flags Great America as a home park, because you could just tell like the layouts where they're the same and when they're different, and some of the older things that California's Great America had, like they still had their Enterprise, they still had the kitchen restaurant that is where Strutters is right now. Part of walking through that park was like a blast from the past, and it was really cool. So I would love to go back there. I probably should go back there. Is it done this year? I don't know. So yeah. Garrett Clemens, have you rode the Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit at Orlando Studios? Yes, I have many times. I could pull it up, actually. Let's see. This is updated too, so that's good. Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit is a coaster I enjoy. I actually enjoy a good amount. It is so actually my first ever ride on it. Either New Year's Eve 2016 or New Year's Day 2017 was the first time I rode it. It gave me the worst theme park headache I have ever had, so I hated it. But ever since I've been coming back the last 2 years, since I've been a pass holder, I've loved it. I really, really do love it. See if I can find this for you real quick. I've been on it 25 times in my lifetime. In 2023, I made a big effort to try a lot of new songs. So what I would do, they have the secret playlist with this is I think it's 3 digits, 3-digit code. So what I would do, I would text myself the codes and then I put away my phone, but I still have my watch and I can still pull up my text on my watch. So I'll pull up the text so I know what codes to do. And I would literally just keep lapping Rocket. I do open a locker every now and then because those things time out. And if they time out, they want some money. So literally, I'll write it like 2 or 3 times, and then I'll open the locker and immediately get a new one and put a new one. I do that at Hulk too, because there is a limit. So um, Garrett Clemens also said it was awesome. I'm under the impression it's still open. So is it permits they filed, whatever it is. I'm under the impression it's still open and it's still going to be open for at least a little. Correct me if I'm wrong, but at least like a month or two. I really hope so too, because I'm going to be going in about 3-4 weeks. So if I make it there and Rip Ride Rockit is still open, you bet I'm going to be lapping that thing, because I guess it's not a formal announcement that they're closing it, but it's nice to have a heads up. Chicago. No, I skipped McLovin. Good way to introduce Peanuts to Six Flags Great America. I mean, it would be. That's the thing, though, too, with Cedar Fair. They don't really theme any of their huge roller coasters or rides after the Peanuts. The biggest I could think of is the Runaway Railway. Am I thinking of Mickey and Minnie's? Is it Racing Railway? That's probably like the biggest thing they have themed to Peanuts. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess it would be a good way to introduce Peanuts to Great America and, Legacy Six Flags as a whole. But there's going to be plenty of people that want to stick to just DC and stuff, which I understand. Honestly, I'm not going to be mad either way. I get it. Chicago Coaster Guy, it was just the chassis. Then each park just used that to build the train. What are we talking about here? Oh, the probably Batman's backwards. Yeah, Chicago Coaster Guy knows more than me. We need to hang out some more because I'm interested in hearing it. So it was, let me reread that. It was just the chassis. We're talking about Batman's backwards, I assume. It was just the chassis. Then each park just used that to build a train. Okay. So if that's true, then there is not a backwards train somewhere floating around in space, like I said. So that is a little upsetting, but they should do it again. I want to do Viper backwards again so much, but like I said, PTC kind of put the kebab on that. WRJ 518. Do you think Six Flags Great America should remove the Mardi Gras area and extend DC Universe to the entrances of Superman and Dark Knight? Yes. This is something I've thought about. They should just do it. In a perfect world, in hindsight, what they really should have done is figure out a way to put Justice League in that vicinity, because then Metropolis Plaza, I think they call it. I kind of always make fun of this, but Metropolis Plaza is its own dedicated area at Six Flags Great America. It is one ride and one Dippin' Dot stand. And I think that's just a really lousy excuse for a whole area in the park. So where was I going with that? Everything else DC is right there. So let's just say they got rid of Big Easy Balloons and they got rid of, I guess it would be King Chaos in hindsight, and they don't put in Hangover. Maybe you can fit Hangover. Maybe you don't put in Hangover at all because obviously it didn't last. But maybe if you put Justice League right there, that would have been so perfect. You would have just had everything from Superman all the way to Flash. That would have been perfect. That said, though, I probably would still take Yankee Harbor, I think it was called. So I haven't checked on the Bears at all. Quick intermission here. Not actually. It's just going to be a second. Oh, what do you know? They haven't scored in the first quarter. What did I say? How's Smith Jigma doing? Oh no. He's doing nothing. That's not good. Peyton, if you're still in the chat, not looking good. That's who I'm playing in the championship. Okay. But yes, thank you, Chicago Coaster Guy, for the information on Batman. I like hearing that stuff. So, and WRJ 518. So yes, to answer your question, yes. Back row Byron, LOL. I be working. Byron works more than anyone. And if you've seen him, he operated both stratas this year. This guy is everywhere in the country. Just this year, he's worked like X2. He's worked at Magic Mountain, at Cedar Point, at Great Adventure. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, obviously, a lot of people in the chat probably know who he is, but if you don't know who he is, there's a chance you have crossed paths in one way or another. Mostly at Valraven this year. So if you did Valraven this year, good chance he was there. Big Afro. Can't miss him. Great guy. Joy. I feel like the Peanuts themed areas end up overall cuter than Looney Tunes. Agree. I should be saying Looney Tunes as opposed to DC. Over Georgia kind of has a DC kids area, and it's not that bad. I've walked through there. Like, it's definitely a lot better than what Great America has, but yes, it is generally more Looney Tunes, except Roadrunner. I love Roadrunner. Are you talking the character or the ride? There's a couple of rides, I think. I think you're just talking the character. I never watched like Looney Tunes or even DC or Peanuts for that matter. Like, I guess I watched the holiday specials whenever they showed them at kids or at school when I was a kid for the Peanuts. But other than that, the extent that I have seen Looney Tunes in my lifetime is in line at Great America Parks or Six Flags Parks, excuse me. McLovin, it's an old video from 2018, but yes, this was when it had bins. They have since added pre-station lockers, which fixes every issue he mentioned. Are you talking about Superman or Flying Dino? One of the flyers. Brennan, Six Flags Mexico was the last time he uploaded. I know you guys went on that trip together. That trip feels like it was forever ago. No Europe vlogs. No, I did not do any Europe vlogs. We just had, in my opinion, we had too much to do. And for me, the channel doesn't come first. I'm just going to go out there and say that. When I go to parks, especially parks like I've never been to or anything, like I really just want to cherish that time at the parks. I'll do shorts. I did plenty of shorts just waiting in line and stuff, but I kind of try to minimize like standing off to the side and like waiting for shots during the trip. And I really have no regrets. Like, those videos could have done well, I'm sure. But at the same time, like I think about our Alton Towers day, our day at Alton Towers. And, if I shot a vlog that day, that would have cost me a couple rides. And I did a couple re-rides at Alton Towers, but I really wish I got a couple more rides because who knows if I'll ever get back there. So I'm just thinking if I had shot that vlog that day, I probably would have got on 3-4 less rides, and that probably would not have been cool. So, but yeah, that's kind of my rationale for no vlogs in Europe. McLovin, fly is greater than symbol, Flying Dino. That's a tough call. I mean, I've never been on Flying Dino, so I'm not trying to talk like I know what's going on here. But I guess it doesn't surprise me, but Flying Dino does look really good. That's kind of been one of my top B&M bucket list coasters for forever. I'm laughing because I'm reading the next comment ahead of time. Back row Byron, busy child. Excuse me. I don't think I've had a drink at all. Running up on an hour here. I don't really have a time limit in mind here. Maybe I'll watch the second half of the Bears game. Maybe that'll kind of be the cutoff. So I don't know how much more time that means, but viewers have been saying pretty consistent, and I'm still reading some questions, topics, and stuff over here. So yeah, just keep it going. I've skipped to the bottom. I see Alex Bowers at the bottom right now. So that is a new, what's the meme? Super Smash. It's like Toon Link's my guy for Super Smash. It's like Two Link has entered the battle or whatever, those memes. So Alex Bowers has entered the chat. So it's nice to see new people getting in the chat too. So maybe I'll keep it open. But yeah, just a little update on the stream overall. So let's see. No, you're okay. Busy Child. Yeah, I didn't mean to not talk about that comment. So Busy Child, if you guys did not know, used to be the default song for Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit. So Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit, you would close the restraint and then you're supposed to select a song. But if you did not press anything, then the default song was Busy Child. And Byron loves this song. It was his favorite song and he loves it and everything. So one time I did it. I was at Universal with him, so I did it with him. I think it was actually an accident. I think I was trying to access the secret menu for the first time and I messed it up. I didn't know what I was doing. So I got Busy Child as the default song. And I thought it was horrible. Like, honestly, not trying to, I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to be an antagonist to him or anything, but I thought it was really bad. So it's just kind of been a running joke with Busy Child. But the thing is with Busy Child, when they reduced a lot of the song options on Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit, I got rid of Busy Child. So Byron's been struggling. He's really been struggling. Top Thrill 2. He was working that ride before Zamperla. And then King of Cow was one of his favorites, and then that closed. And then he lost Busy Child. So it's just been an awful year for Back Row Byron. But we'll listen to it every now and then. Like when I was out with Roller Coaster Insider, we were listening to Busy Child in the car because it's just kind of a meme at this point. Brennan, Flying Dino's queue sucks, to be honest. I think I've seen it. Isn't it just a bunch of cattle pens? But it makes sense because that park is beyond slammed. It moves quick, but there is no theming. You're stuck under the brake run and can't see the coaster at all. No shade either. Well, that's not good for shorts because a lot of my shorts come from being in line or stations. Back Row Byron. They can't charge you if you tell them your wallet is in the locker. Okay. Good to know. But sometimes I get medical lockers too. So if you guys did not know, I'm a type 1 diabetic, so I carry an insulin pump on me. So pretty much any coaster with a metal detector, I get the runaround. And sometimes I get the medical lockers at Universal. So those don't charge you at all. But at the same time, I'm not really going to ever use that locker for more than like 10, 15 minutes. But there is that. Cedar Kev, how were your Valraven rides this year? There was a certain ride up there that I personally thought added some magic to the experience. I agree. There was a ride up there that really added to the whole atmosphere. It was fantastic. I did enjoy my Valraven rides this year. I actually did make an effort to ride it more kind of once Wrath was announced. Let's see if I could check on the Bears real quick. Still 3-0. Where's that going? Oh, I was going to try to look up. I do my trip reports a very old school way. I type everything I ride in my notes app, and then eventually I'll transfer it to my computer. See if I could find Valraven. 38 lifetime rides on Valraven, and there was one day this year I rode it 7 times in a row. So that's not dedication to the upcoming Wrath of Rakshasa construction and, opening coming up. Then I don't know what is. Valraven's a solid coaster. I like it more than Yukon Striker. That's a little bit of a hot take, a little spicy take. I remember I told El Toro Ryan that one of the first times I was hanging out with him, and he was like, "What?" But yeah, I like the float on Valraven. So, but Wrath is going to be a completely different ride. Valraven can be so slow at times, like with the mid course, and that inversion is really hang time heavy and stuff. Wrath's not really going to have that. It's going to be balls to the wall, as I say. Uncle Nate, what is your favorite restaurant for chicken wings? this is another inside joke, but if you want me to get real, actually, I don't really like chicken wings. I might get made fun of this, but I'm definitely more of a boneless wings guy, which is really just kind of chicken nuggets. But yeah, I never really eat wings. Like the amount of times I'm like in there with the bones and stuff, not that often. But the answer he wants to hear is Wingstop. And actually, I went to Chicago Bulls game this month, and Benny the Bull, one of the greatest mascots of all time. They have a promo this season. If one of his most famous things he does is he'll go at half court and shoot backwards, and if he makes it in, then the Wingstop's doing a promo where if you buy like any wings, I think they give you 6 free ones. So we went to a game and he hit it. So I did Wingstop after that. So garlic parm, good stuff there. I couldn't even tell you another place. Buffalo Wild Wings. I like Buffalo Wild Wings. But even then, I still do boneless wings there. And only on Thursday because it's expensive. McLovin. That Val Raven ride-up was so cool. He made me ride it way too much this season. I mean yeah. I definitely would not have ridden Val Raven as much if that ride-up was not there. But I probably still would have ridden it more than usual because of Wrath. So there's that for you, I guess. McLovin, Mardi Gras hangover becomes Harley Quinn crazy coaster. That would work, but it's gone. I feel like you know that, right? It's gone, man. I think you know that. But if it was still there, or maybe you're just talking in hindsight, but I guess if it was still there and they did retheme that whole thing to DC Universe, then Harley Quinn Crazy Coaster is a good fit, I guess. They should just bring. They shouldn't have sold King K. I mean, I don't know. King Chaos was better. I'm going to get too mad. I'm just going to leave it at that. Why is Alex Bowers? I'm actually getting to read his chat now. Why is Superman better than Wicked Cyclone? It's not. Do you think that? It's okay if you do. I completely understand if you do, but I didn't know what team you're on after that. I don't recall, but I'm definitely on Team Wicked Cyclone. Superman, I don't know what it is. I feel like the airtime isn't as great as I would expect it to be with how much people rave it. But at the same time, it's not like everyone raves about that coaster. You either rave about it or it's just like it's good, and I think it's good. The restraints are kind of icky. There's always that. So Coaster It says hi. Hello. How are you? Alex Bowers. Also need your thoughts on Zephyr at Dorney Park. Oh no, the Zephyr. This is kind of another inside thing, but me, Alex, three others, we rode Zephyr together in the same. We did a row. I don't know if every single row is like this, but it's a mini train. I don't know what the actual name of the model is called. It might just be Zephyr, to be honest. Let's see. I'm gonna look it up. Let's see if I could find like a manufacturer or anything here. A gas electric train that takes rides on a scenic trip around the park. According to Wikipedia, built in 1935, and it does not list a manufacturer, or a model, I guess, but it's kind of a miniature train. And at least the row we were in, it's 2 rows facing each other. And I forget if there was 5 or 4 of us, but maybe it was just 4. It was 2 and 2, and there was like no leg room at all. It was absolutely awful, but it's just kind of one of those things. Like if you're with the right people, then you have a good time. And we were just laughing our butts off the entire ride. There's some other inside jokes, but we're gonna leave it there. Let's see. Coaster It. I was at SeaWorld San Antonio today. I like it there. Actually, a sneak peek for my video I'm releasing tomorrow. At least I hope to release tomorrow, as long as I record it later. So I don't know, you guys are in the chat. You deserve a little sneak peek, I guess. The video I plan hopefully to release tomorrow is ranking every single amusement park I visited for the first time this year. And I had never ridden any coasters in Texas, so all the Texas parks are going to be there today. And I was writing the script earlier today, so I talked about SeaWorld San Antonio. I guess I'll save my full thoughts for you guys to watch that video, but it's a good park. I like it there. Texas Stingray, huge fan of that. Steel Eel, we've kind of already been throwing shade. I don't know if you were in here earlier in the stream, but throwing a lot of shade already at Steel Eel. Overrated, in my opinion. I want it to be better. I'll give it another chance for sure, but not nearly as great as everyone likes to claim. Joy says, duh, Bears. Duh, Bears. I guess I should check the score then. I didn't check it too. I checked it recently, though, so we're midway through the second quarter. Jackson Smith Najigma, 7 yards. That's points, baby. I don't know if I'm saying his name right or not, but McLovin, don't make me get my main, Bowser. Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me? Brennan, are you still a fan of X2? I remember when it was your number one, but you said it moved down. Really curious if you would be a big Ajanica guy. Okay, so my history as a roller coaster enthusiast, I rode X2 for the first time in 2014, and it was my favorite roller coaster. And I kept it as my favorite roller coaster all the way until I re-rode it in 2021. That was the next time I rode it, and it lost its spot, obviously. I don't know where I have it ranked. I still find it great, like good to great. So I guess I'm still a fan. Yeah. It's kind of been on my naughty list lately, though. Last year, it was only running one train and there was no audio, like not even station audio, let alone onboard audio. None of that. This year, I was in California in March and it was closed the entire time I was there. So very much on the naughty list right now. Not too thrilled about that. But I think I would definitely be a huge Ajanica guy. I feel like, everyone who's been on Ajanica has that like in their top 5. Like, I don't know if I've seen anyone rank it lower than that in their list. So I feel like Ajanica probably fine-tuned everything that maybe I'm a little underwhelmed with X2 these days. So I think I would definitely be a huge fan of that. Max has joined the battle. Is that what you meant by? Oh, that's what you meant by Bowser with McLovin. Max, how you doing, Max? Big man. Wrath at least has an actual layout instead of just a drop and maybe an inversion. That is true. Wrath, it has more track length and feet than a couple of the 200 footers. So it definitely has a layout. That being said, it seems like it's going to be like a fast charged through the layout. So I don't think this is going to be an above average length coaster. It really shouldn't be. And maybe even if you might want another element or two. I'm kind of thinking something similar to Batman where like you're satisfied, but like you'd like it if it did another thing or two. That's kind of what I'm thinking lengthwise for Wrath, but it's going to charge through those inversions, I think. Obviously, animation versus real life is going to be two different things, but we're going to have to wait. Oh, darn. I'm scrolling back up in the chat again. Uncle Nate, we get it, Dan. You like Wingstop. You talk about it so much. This is more the ongoing inside joke. I feel like I can't ruin it, so I'm not going to expand on it anymore. Garrett Clemens, thanks for answering my question. You're welcome. Alex Bowers, love both, but Uncle Nate made me drink the Superman Kool-Aid. I wouldn't say I love Superman, but it is great. Garrett Clemens, I love the Hulk ride too. I do too. Even more than Rip Ride Rockit. I still got my spreadsheet up here. Hulk. That's one of my most ridden coasters, especially out of Six Flags Great America. Where are we? 58 lifetime rides on Hulk. Favorite B&M with inversions. So intense, so good. And of course, if you know me, onboard audio, fantastic. Max, Wicked Cyclone and also Twisted Cyclone just look too slow to be good. Like its elements are too small and it looks like it's just crawling. Excuse me. I understand where you're coming from. I think that's not as true for Twisted Cyclone because Twisted Cyclone got rid of that like third lap. That's when Wicked Cyclone is pretty slow with the smaller elements. So at least based on kind of what you outlined as your preferences, I think you would like Twisted Cyclone more potentially. I definitely feel like that's a much better paced coaster. That being said, Wicked Cyclone, in my opinion, I know not everyone thinks this. Some people really don't like that third lap on Wicked Cyclone, but I do. I feel like the small elements are taking extremely well. It's got sharp ejector, and I really like the small outer banks. And I really wish RMC kind of did that. They really only did it with Wicked Cyclone. Like they have the huge outer banked turns like Steel Vengeance and Airy. Those are great, don't get me wrong, but besides the pre-lifts, they kind of went away from like the really small outer banks. So I kind of wish they brought them back because I really like them on Wicked Cyclone. The one kind of as you start that third pass is fantastic. I don't know why they went away with it. McLovin, why won't you go to Winterfest at Kings Island? You lost your window this year. So it's tough. I've kind of come to like taking December off, which is fine. It gives me more time for family and stuff with the holidays and whatever. So it's hard for Winterfest, especially this year, because they dropped a weekend. They used to have 2 weekends in November, and they only had 1 weekend this year. And this year on that weekend, I had a wedding, so that was kind of like the only weekend I could have gone to Winterfest. So I didn't. So I'm dying to go. I really want to go, especially with Fastlane there now, because I do have all season Fastlane again next season. So I really want to get there and do it, but it's just such a busy time of year, and I kind of put a soft ban on myself in December. So if they're only going to have 1 weekend again next year, then it's like everything's got to align, and it doesn't always like this year. So, yeah, Kings Island cutting back on hours. Rare Kings Island L. Garrett Clements, have you rode King Ka? Yes. We were talking about it a little earlier. I guess I never specified that I did ride it, though. Rode it for the first time 2014 and then got back on it in 22, and then I rode it in August this year. So I kind of talked about it in my Everywhere I Went This Year video that I uploaded earlier today. But where was I going with that? I wrote it in August, and thank goodness I did. It became clear that King Ka was going to be closing kind of, September even. It was obvious it was going down. At that time, it wasn't clear it was going to be this November, but it was obvious it was going to happen. And then once it became apparent that like, oh, this thing's closing like in 2 weeks, I didn't really feel the need to get out there because I wrote it in August. Thank goodness I did. So I'm sure it would have been a lot of fun. It seems like a lot of people had fun there. It was a good time, but I didn't feel the need to get out there so soon and do it again. So, oh my gosh. Oh, Laurel XL200 just texted me. She's riding Flight of Cheer right now. No way. That's awesome. In your honor, she says. And I'll show you guys. Oh, there we go. Sorry, reflection. I'm not good at this. I know it's all blurry and stuff. I swear it's clean on my phone, but it's just not showing up well for you guys. Sorry about that. They actually decorated it. It's cute and stuff. And we were just talking about Kings Island Winterfest too. That's awesome. That's awesome. But yes, to answer your question, Garrett, yes, I have rode King Ka. Garrett Clemens, I love Carowinds. It's awesome. It's a great time. Fury, fantastic. Copperhead Strike, fantastic. I almost call it Intimidator. Thunder Striker, good. Fell a little bit in my rankings this year. Flight Deck. It's called Flight Deck, right? I'm drawing a blank. It's so mid. I don't even remember what it's called. The B&M invert. You guys know what I'm talking about. Afterburn. That was not on purpose, I swear. Afterburn, one of the most overhyped coasters I have ever been on. Every time I ride it, I am so underwhelmed. Even though I'm underwhelmed with it, it's still pretty solid. Number 4. Max, pro YouTuber Dan, when's your diamond play button coming? Probably never. If it does come, though, I'll let you know. Marcus Sorensen. Hope I said that right. Oh, I just lost it. Oh my gosh, I'm falling really behind. Hold on. I'll get to your question in a sec. Oh, the Bears scored. They scored. No way. I'm going to ask a favor from one of my good friends, or I guess anyone in the chat, McLovin or Cedar Kev. If one of you guys could just comment, like, stop here, maybe give it like 3 minutes. Everything up until that point, I'll answer. And then if I have more time, I'll answer more questions after that, but no guarantee. So, because I anticipate, or at least I want to try to watch the second half. So that might be in 20 minutes time. So, but I want to answer as much as I can. I don't want to leave people hanging. So get your last questions in now. I see Max sent a stop here right now. You guys can still submit a couple questions. Tell me to stop at, or can I see timestamps on these? No. Okay. Send a stop here at 8:20. We'll say that's a cutoff for questions. Thank you, guys. Back to Marcus Sorensen. Hope I said that right again. Hey, Dan, do you think Great America will get Holiday in the Park back or gone for good? And do you feel concerned about Wrath of Rakshasa since seeing Raptera's testing video? I knew that was going to be a question. I knew it. Okay. First question, Holiday in the Park. I don't think it's coming back. I wish it did. It just seems like even Cedar Fair is pulling back on theirs. California's Great America lost theirs. King's Dominion lost theirs. Are they open? I don't want to look it up, but it just seems like even Cedar Fair is cutting back on their events. And, you know, they made these moves like at Cedar Point, like they built this Grand Pavilion kind of in hopes of doing a Winterfest, and they still haven't done it. So it's like, I don't think it's going to happen. I feel like Chicago is just a little too cold. Like, it's not that different from Six Flags Great Adventure weather-wise. Like, you know, Great Adventure gets snow, Great Adventure gets cold, but on average, I feel like it's like 5 to 10 degrees warmer, and like that's the difference between the two events. So, you know, if COVID never happened, would Holiday in the Park still be around? That's tough. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be coming back, though, unfortunately. And then the second part of your question, do you feel concerned about Wrath of Rakshasa since seeing Raptera's testing video? Yes, I do. So I do want to clarify something. I was thinking about this earlier today. I know on forum boards for SFGAm World, a lot of you guys might not know that and stuff. But on there and like on YouTube and stuff, I've kind of, I don't know why my device is lighting up here. Sorry. You know, I've kind of been saying like people need to slow down on saying Wrath of Rakshasa is going to have a rattle. Like, oh, it's going to be rough. Like everyone was just complaining, and I just kind of thought it was in poor taste because no one's been on it. You know, no one knows. Like, so I just kind of want people to pump the brakes. Now, I do want to clarify that when I, you know, said those things, I'm not trying to tell you that it's not going to have a rattle. That's just kind of me hoping that it's not going to have a rattle. But, you know, I can't go out there and tell you, oh, I 100% think it's not going to have a rattle. It's going to be fixed. No, I have concerns, but I just felt like people were jumping the gun and just getting way ahead of themselves. So in reference to Raptera's testing video, definitely concerning. I kind of have more of the same like thought process though. Like, yeah, the testing video looks bad with the launch and the train, but how does that feel on ride? Does that actually mean anything? Like, does Thunderbird's launch do the same thing? I don't know. Like, if someone took the same exact shot as Thunderbird, are you telling me Thunderbird's train is like perfectly smooth? It could be. I'm not trying to say it's not, but um, so I'm not trying to defend Raptera here, I guess. Like, it is concerning. It does concern me. There's also a little bit of hope, though. Raptera, that launch track might have been built 6 months ago at this point. Like, when did track start showing up at King's Dominion? Rakshasa was definitely built after Raptera. So, it's like maybe they figured something out between building Raptera and Wrath. Probably a lot of hopeful thinking, home park bias here. But yeah, to answer your question, I do feel the concern, but I'm still holding out hope. But like I've said in other videos too, like Iron Menace, it's rough. It should definitely be a lot smoother for a brand new roller coaster. But for me personally, I don't find it to be, like painful. It doesn't give me a headache or anything. So I think the worst case scenario, I'm still going to be fine riding Wrath, but of course I want it to be as smooth as it could be. So saw that coming. Payne Tang, you're going down this week, nerd. Fantasy football chip heading my way. Bears are just punting. You aren't missing anything. But it's Tory Taylor, man. Can I pull up his stats? I think I can. Bears. Tory Taylor, 3 punts for 146 yards, average 48.7. But he's pinned them in the 23 times. He's putting on a punter masterclass. Let's see, 2-minute warning right now, 3-3. This is like the last. I said this like a month ago. The Seahawks game is the last game they could win. So they have a chance. I definitely want to be watching the second half. So Alex Bowers, what's your Super Bowl prediction? Need the 2 teams final score, champion, and MVP. I kind of said earlier, football is not my preferred sport. I never played it, so I don't really relate to it or anything. At this point, the Chiefs are using all their black magic. Are they going to run out before the Super Bowl, or is it going to be enough to win the Super Bowl? That's tough. Let me look up. So I think the team to beat in the NFC are the Lions. Shout out McLovin. But do they have enough to get over the hump? That is the question. Let's see. I don't trust the Vikings. I see they're tied with the Lions here. I don't trust the Vikings either, nor the Packers. I don't think that's tough. It's the best division in football. So, like, are these harder games prepping any of those 3 teams for a Super Bowl run? I don't think it's the Vikings. I don't think it's the Packers. So that leaves the Lions. But it's just like there's so much bad juju with that franchise. So McLovin's probably wanting to punch me through the screen right now. But I look at the rest of these NFC teams, and I don't like any of them either. Yeah, the Falcons and Bucks are tied for first in their division. The Rams are 9-6. I mean, no one wants to really play the Rams, but enough to get to the Super Bowl. I'm going to go chalk here. I'm sorry. I don't think the Bills have enough, and they can't beat the Chiefs anyways. Yeah, I'm going to go chalk. I'm sorry. I hate to be boring, but I'm going to go Chiefs, Lions. All that trash talking about the Lions. As a Bears fan, I have like no room to talk right now, but talking all that trash about the Lions, I'm still going to pick them. So I'm going to take those 2 teams. Final score, 35-28. Chiefs. Patty Mahomes. I'm not a prediction channel, though. So, that's tough. McLovin, prepare for Agent Nike's military restrictive loose article policies, ride, position, lecturing, and chanting. Well, that kind of scares me with my insulin pump. But as long as they don't have metal detectors, I kind of put it in a good spot that kind of hides it. So like it's not in a pocket or anything. So usually I get away with, I mean, not that I get away with it, but like no one really ever bats an eye whenever I ride coasters with my insulin pump. Because, on those coasters, I have my phone and stuff too. But that's kind of scary, especially because I don't talk Japanese. I don't speak Japanese. So kind of ran into that fly. Fly has metal detectors, and whenever, they speak some English there, but whenever I went through the metal detector, I go off and I try to talk to these people like I have an insulin pump. I kind of need this to live. It's kind of a hard sell talking to them about that sometimes. So that's a little worrisome for the future. Pay and Tang, my coaster rankings. Oh no, Wizard, Mousetrap, and Teacups. Actually, Mousetrap, you mean Wild Mouse, and you didn't specify which Wild Mouse. There's only like 200, 300 in the world. The one I guess I have so maybe you mean Dark Knight. Is that what you mean? Great America? And 3 Teacups, that is not a roller coaster. Sorry, buddy. But Terra Twister 2 is one of the best rides I've ever been on, and those are teacups. So there you go. I'm assuming Uncle Nate, the stop was at 8:20. I'm going to go with that. Where are we in the game? 53 seconds left. I have no idea what's going on in the game. I see McLovin down in the chat talking some stuff, but I haven't read it over completely yet. Max, imagine they ran it without the hanging drop. LOL. Talking about Wrath, you just plunge right over. So they can do that. They're not supposed to. I've seen it on Valraven once. Walking through the park like early morning when I used to work there. I've seen Valraven just. I would love to do that. I've seen video. I think Emperor of it doing it with guests, and every now and then, and on Reddit, I see that people were like, "I just rode X drop coaster without stopping at the top." That would be great, but I don't think that's something they ever design into the ride on purpose. Max also says Hulk supremacy. Yes, correct. It's more intense than any other B&M. Yeah, probably. Yeah, Kumba's up there. Kumba's up there for sure. And a little sleeper pick, Flight Deck at California's Great America. That thing's intense. That's crazy. McLovin, Hulk with onboard audio is king. That's so true. Whenever I get a train that doesn't have onboard audio, I'm so sad. Like, legitimately, it's so upsetting. Garrett Clemens, my first ever coaster was Hulk. That's quite the introduction to roller coasters. How old were you? I got peer pressured by my friends and loved them. Hey, that's good though. I kind of peer pressured myself to ride Outlaw Run in 2013. I was scared of roller coasters, but I somehow ended up at Silver Dollar City in 2013, and I'm reading it up. I'm like, this is a record-breaking wooden coaster. Like, you got to do it, Dan. It's record-breaking, and the rest is history. So I get it. Sometimes peer pressure is all it takes. Back row Byron, Hulk is great, but I think Men in Black Alien Attack is better. You might be serious. You are like one of the biggest Men in Black fans. I'm going to be honest. Men in Black has grown on me over the years. I didn't used to think all that much of it, but I'm having more and more fun every time I ride it. And when I was down there in November, it was down for refurb the entire time, and I was so upset. Is it still down? I hope it's not. Let's do. Let's see. Universal Orlando refurbishment schedule. This will also give me a chance to look to see if there's anything closed when I go there. No, it doesn't. It looks like it's back open, at least according to touring plans. We're going to lose one station at King's Cross when I'm there. Tyrannon Flyers is still down. I still need the credit. Oh, no, it looks like Popeyes and Bluto's is going to be down when I go. Oh, darn, not a water ride. That's gonna stink. I do like Men in Black though. Oh no, McLovin. Bears touchdown negated by offensive holding. That's awesome. See, the Seahawks got a field goal now too. Jackson Smith. I don't know how to say the other last name. Putting up a stinker for me. I either had to play him or Drake London, and Drake London's a little banged up. And Jackson's been doing better. So tough call there. Max, for me, I just like when a ride jeeps at speed and pacing. Like I'd rather it just end early than compared to crawling into breaks. Excuse me. I mean I like it both ways. I just like roller coasters. I understand it though. Like a ride like Iron Gwazi kind of has a couple slower elements towards the end, but overall the ride's an absolute riot, and you go into those breaks with a ton of speed. Or a ride like Airy, so I get that. But then there's other rides too that crawl into the breaks, like Icon, probably be a good pick for me in the UK. Or let me try to think of one in the States. I mean, Copperhead doesn't have a whole lot of steam going in there too. Kind of limps in there. Or Wicked Cyclone, you might say, Max. But I mean, I like it both ways. Like I kind of enjoy the ending on Icon. Here's the thing: like a ride like Icon, would I rather have the ride end 1,500 feet earlier, or have it do the ending it does? I'd probably pick the ending it has, to be honest. But I don't know. Max says hi to Back Row Byron. Popular guy, Back Row Byron is. Brennan, I'm going to Silver. Sorry. If I could kind of time when the half ends, and then I have 15 minutes left. I think that's how long half times are. I see 15 seconds are left. Bears have the ball. They might knee it or something. If you don't know football, I'm sorry I'm talking about it so much. Brennan, I'm going to Silver Dollar City tomorrow. I got to wake up at 4 a.m. to leave Tennessee. I'll stick around as long as I can. If you haven't already left, since I'm still catching up with the chat, thanks for tuning in. A lot of fun. One of my biggest supporters of the channel. Appreciate it. Hope to see you soon. Silver Dollar City should be fun. Those Christmas lights are going to be spectacular. I've never seen it. All right, I see it's halftime. Let me start a 13-minute timer. Give myself a couple minutes leeway. So I'll read past Uncle Nate's stop comment if time allows, but if I have to cut you off, I'm sorry. But Silver Dollar City should be fun. That Christmas event looks great. I've never done it personally. It's on the bucket list for sure. I'm also not a huge fan of the cold, so hopefully it's not too cold. Hopefully everything runs for you. I don't know what the temperature thresholds are. I'm sure you're keeping an eye on it, but should be fun. Hopefully it's not Ride of Happiness, but it'll be good still. Alex Bowers, Wicked Cyclone's third lap isn't fast, but elements are so tight it doesn't matter. Agree. Reminds me how Lost Coaster maxes out at 20 miles an hour, but still throws you around because of how tight the elements are. It is kind of, exemplified on Lost Coaster because there's like no seat dividers or anything. If you're sitting by yourself, then you're going to be thrown around like a rag doll. There's a reason there's cages. Obviously tight clearances too, but yeah, that's a good point. Like, just because you don't have a ton of speed doesn't mean elements can't hit. Like Copperhead, just go back. I guess Mock just likes dragging on rides too long. But going back to Copperhead, the ending isn't all that. There's I forget what moment in the ride, but it takes its foot off the gas considerably, and it really meanders around for like 10, 15 seconds. But then that last airtime hill before the brake run is really, really good. So it's really just shaping and, profiling and stuff. That's what it comes down to most. Garrett Clemens, have you ever been to Scarowinds? No, I have not. Not a big fan of separate gates haunt events, especially if they cost more money. I don't remember like if a Cedar Fair Pass would get you in there or not, but I have not been to Scarowinds. I really want to do Not Scary Farm. I might try to make an effort to do that this year alongside North Cal before Great America closes forever, maybe this year. Who knows? Does KD run their Flight of Fear during Winterfest? Are they open? I don't think they're open. Well, they are open. I would assume so. I don't know for sure, though. I'm not going to look up what's running. Yeah, that's a lot of clicking I'm not going to do. Sorry. But I would assume so. Afterburn mid. Yeah, I agree. No, I don't agree. I didn't mean it. It's mid. One of my least favorite inverts. I don't know what it is. On paper, the layout's fantastic, but it's so similar to Montu. Montu's my favorite, but I just ride Afterburn. I'm like, huh? Garrett Clemens. I love the Nighthawk. Garrett, I don't know if you know this or not, but Nighthawk is closed forever. I hope I did not break the news for you. I'm sorry if I did, but that is never going to reopen. In terms of Nighthawk, a lot of McLovin, if you're still in the chat, he absolutely hates Nighthawk. Or hated, I guess. It was fine. I like the Flying Dutchman. I mean, it was fine, but that's such a prime location in the park. Like right down the main midway, it's right there. So I'm hoping they put in something terrific in that spot. It's a lot of land too, especially if they get rid of Vortex too. That'd be so much. I love Afterburn, Top Gun, old school. Maybe I was calling it Top Gun because it used to be called Top Gun or Flight Deck. Paramount days, but I will concede if you guys think Afterburn is fantastic, which I know most of you do, then by all means I'll let you do it. I'm not gonna stop you. Uncle Nate said stop. Thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, I'll keep going. I've got 8.5 minutes left on my timer, so I'll probably start wrapping up maybe 7 minutes or so. Oh no. I just saw Uncle Nate's. I skipped Garrett. It's a little rough, but that's the ride I rode with one of my first real girlfriends. LOL. Are you talking about Hulk? I feel like you're talking about Hulk because you mentioned that was your first coaster. Yeah, it's not the smoothest B&M. I don't know what it was like at or before the refurb. Excuse me. I rode it opening year after the refurb. It's not the smoothest, but it at the same time, it's not like the current age B&M Rattle. It's not like Iron Menace rough or anything like that. McLovin, forward down the field. Did I miss something? Forward down the field. Edgenica does have metal detectors. Unsure about insulin pumps, but the ride ops are friendly. They can be friendly, but can I talk to them? That is the question. I hope so. That does make me a little worrisome, though. Peyton saying Mousetrap is in Wonderland in Texas. What? Wait. Wonderland, Texas. Amarillo? Is this where? Yeah, this is the Hopkins I was thinking about way earlier in the in the chat when Liam was talking about Hopkins for whatever reason. Mousetrap. Oh, okay. So he actually was. He was not talking about a wild mouse. He was talking about Zyklon Pinfari. It's a Z64. Have I been on a Z64? That is the question. It does not appear that I have. So I have not been on a clone of this coaster, but I've been on a couple coasters that are pretty similar. That's a lot more respectable than saying a wild mouse. I'll give you some props for getting on this coaster. It is decently big. Is this one with an inversion? I don't think so. No. Respect. You've gained a little more respect in my book. Garrett Clemens, I live next to Carowin, so I go there the most. The drop on Intimidator is crazy. In the back, yes. Staggered seat B&Ms, fantastic. whatever it's called now. I know, right? Um, I'm such an old head. Like I just want to refer to everything. Intimidator 305, Intimidator. I still call, V2 Flash vertical velocity. Oh, here comes McLovin. All Flying Dutchmans are bad. Nighthawk just happened to be the worst. That is not okay. Well, maybe Nighthawk was the worst, but Batwing is legit good. Like maybe it's because it's surrounded by a lot of subpar coasters, but not Nighthawk. Batwing is legit. Alex Bowers, new gen Vekoma Flyer would be awesome replacement for Nighthawk. Yeah, it would, especially, if they really like having the flying experience, then, I mean, it's not that B&M would not build you one, but they've kind of fallen out of favor. It's not like the new gen Vekoma Flyers are flying off the shelves either, but Fly was crazy expensive, but they also built like a hotel and thousands pieces of scenery and stuff. So I wonder, if you want to put a new Vekoma Flyer fly like just the coaster, plop it down on some flat ground, I wonder how much it would cost. It might be in Cedar Fair's budget, but I don't know. Back row Byron, I gotta go. I like these lives. I look forward to the next one. I'm gonna give a shout out to my sister. She was kind of the first one that was like, "Hey, you should go live." So this actually went better than I thought overall. Not trying to exactly wrap it up right now. I got a couple more minutes, but kind of just as I'm thinking about it, I recognize back row Byron might already be gone by now. So sorry if I missed you. But this actually went better than I thought it would. I thought I'd be sitting around 3, 4, 5 closer friends and, would be waiting for comments to come in, but I'm the one catching up, trying to read them now. I talk a lot, so that's also a reason why, but I haven't been looking the entire time, but I've been sitting around like 13, 15 people, and that's better than I thought. So I appreciate you guys all for coming out. It's been fun. I would definitely do this again. I know I haven't seen him at all tonight, but Tom XXL 200, he does a couple lives where he plays like Roller Coaster Tycoon at the same time too. Maybe down the road I do that with Planet Coaster or something. I have not bought Planet Coaster 2, maybe on the pipeline down the road, but yeah, I don't know if you guys have specific ideas for next lives or how often we do them or something. At the there's no way I would do more than one a month, but even then, maybe once a quarter or something would be fun. I had a lot of fun tonight, so I hope you guys did too. Maybe I could get like a proper agenda for next time. This is cool. I'm having fun. If you guys are having fun, I could do this again, but I don't know if you want something a little more like fine tune. Let me know. I'm open. Uncle Nate, I'm at work. Have a good night, folks. Uncle Nate, pleasure having you in the chat. Have a good night. Garrett Clemens, I'm talking about Afterburn. LOL. It's rough. Oh, yeah, kind of. I don't know. I get where you're coming from. I don't really resonate with those. McLovin, it's actually a pretty fun galaxy. It looks like it. I still have it on the side screen here. I'm just wondering how Peyton got here. When were you in Amarillo, Texas to ride a roller coaster at Wonderland? I haven't even been there. What's Hornet? What the heck? You learn something new every day. Now I can't stand Vortex. Was that a pun? Was that a pun on purpose? You can't stand Vortex? Listen, Vortex, first time I rode it, one of my least favorite roller coasters ever. Rewrote it this year. I've kind of learned how to ride B&M stand-ups, and I didn't think it was that bad. So advice I would give you, I don't know if this works for everyone. I'm 6'2", little beefier, I guess. Pull on a restraint, whatever. Before they lock the up-down restraint, bend your knees a little bit. Once it locks, then have your legs go straight up. You'll have a little room between like the bicycle seat and yourself. I find that to be the best way to ride stand-ups. Cedar Kev, taking off for now. This was fun. Take care. You too. Was texting you earlier today, like all day. So I'm sure I'll hear from you soon. Keith Schmidt. Oh my gosh, another ex Cedar Point coworker coming in last second. Talk about the Iron Dragon. Talk about the Iron Dragon is the Caleb Williams of roller coasters. I don't exactly understand what you're trying to say here. I know it's not great. Iron Dragon, one of the most boring roller coasters ever. So if you're trying to say Caleb Williams is boring, I don't agree. I think he's doing just fine. It's just kind of everyone else. Garrett Clemens says, good night, everyone. Payne Tang says, Ram Ranch. Just going to leave that out there. Joseph O'Connell, yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon stream sounds like a good idea. Another hometown friend just squeezing in last second here. I thought I was going to do this for like an hour max. I'm here in an hour 45, and people are still popping in the chat. So that's fun. Good seeing you, Joey. One time a month would be awesome. We'll see. I'm not ready to commit to anything right now, but we'll see. My timer did go off, so really wrapping up here. Hornet was an indoor family roller coaster from Astro World. Cool. My dad used to live in Texas when he was a kid, so we used to take trips to Texas. Okay, makes sense. I'll see you, was it Monday for Din Din with Youthy. Where's Youthy? Oh my gosh. Wow. I can't believe Youthy didn't pop in. Thanks for the advice on Vortex. You're welcome. Paying Tang TD Balloons 5. That was a college. That was a college phase. Love the hoodie. Northeast Coasters. Also, I think another new person popped in the chat this late. Thank you. Yes, I don't wear it that often, but I love knots. I actually don't like boysenberry, but the boysenberry festival is fun. So, Payne and Tangy, stop here. Okay, I think I'll stop here. Oh my gosh, Jacob Youthy, he is here. Hey man, I did pop in. Where you been, man? Is Ben Kukla in the chat? Ben, if you're in the chat, speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hopefully Ben responds by the time I end the stream. Look up like 5 chats, you nerd. I don't see you. If you commented, I don't see you because your orange circled is your circle is the letter J with orange. I'm not seeing anyone else with the color orange. So if you commented something, I did not see it. I'm being serious. Northeast Coasters. I know you've been nuts. I've been there with you. And in and out after. Wait, no, oh my gosh. I know who this is. That's awesome. Okay. Youthy's just an idiot. Hashtag bot. Okay. I'm having a hard time. I'm signing off. So I kind of already gave my outro a little bit. But to add on top of that, if there's a way I can post this afterwards, I will. If you guys care, kind of more so for people that did not make it. But yeah, after that, that's all I've got. So, Dan. You spend more time with my cousin than me. Oh, maybe. Alrighty. Think that's it for tonight. Thanks for popping in. Go Bears. Honestly, if they lose, I don't care because they get a better pick, hopefully. Oh, shoot. They started like half a minute and a half ago. All right. I really got to go. I mean, I don't have to, but I'm going to. So thanks. A fun night. Thanks, everyone, for jumping in. Thank you for all the support on the channel so far. If you did not see, I became a partner on December 2nd, I think it was. So almost a month now. So I really appreciate if you've ever watched any of my videos, any of my shorts and stuff, commented, liked. I really appreciate all of it. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to continue doing it. Joe O'Connell. Bear down. Go Cats. Oh, shoot. I was I'm thinking of the Arizona Wildcats because they say bear down. I guess the Chicago Bears do too. I'm going on and on. Joy says bye. All right. Goodbye, everyone. It was a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Choo-choo bye. I almost didn't say it. Choo-choo bye.